I was at this stage in my life where I wanted to find an organization that checked all of the boxes, from the values, from the logistics of working from home, from something that's intrinsically motivating. And so I just did this deep dive into Gartner, and I became obsessed, being completely honest. I was like, I want to work there. That is such an amazing organization. I attended webinars of people who worked there, and distinctly remember it was a panel of women, and they had hired a woman who was 7 months pregnant. And I was blown away, because there's this stigma that if you're pregnant, you're going to take time off. So how could you be hired? And that's, not true for multiple organizations, but just this thing that kind of lived in my mind. I was very worried about, if I were to have another child, what's that going to look like? Is that okay? Can I take time off? So I just became infatuated with Gartner. And I was like, I love this organization. They stand for everything that I stand for. They have high ethical standards, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, fast forward, I fell in love with this organization, and then by, again, fate, I feel like I at the time was the secretary of an organization called SIM, Society of Information Management, which, back to your point about the IT community, is a huge piece of the IT community that I've built over the last couple years. And Gartner just happened to be sponsoring this meeting that SIM was having. And I was like, okay, the stars are aligned. Something's telling me I need to be prepared to meet every person from Gartner there and introduce myself and stand up tall and say, tell me a little bit more about your role. What do you think of the organization? So I openly and honestly cyberstalked everybody who was coming to the meeting, looked at their LinkedIn, did all the learning that I could about them, showed up early to the event, and was just prepared to kind of shoot my shot and see if there was a path in.